Messi, 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 Lionel Messi. Is he the greatest player to ever touch the football? His name is Lionel Messi. It's Argentina against Austria. It's Messi FC against Austria. So the game happened this afternoon. Messi scored a brace in the first half. In the first 5 minutes, he had a penalty to make history, but he missed. He took 7 World Cup penalties and missed 3 and scored 4. So that was the game. The game was kind of boring, if I tell you the truth. Austria thought they're going to press Argentina a lot more, but they didn't. They played a low block with sometimes 4 or 5 in defense. And yeah, they didn't really create anything. They had one corner in the second half. Was it a corner? No, it was a free kick in the second half, and the goalkeeper saved it. The Aston Villa goalkeeper saved it. So they didn't really have any clear-cut chances. That Alabak at the back, he made a mistake late in the second half. Messi nearly scored, but the goalkeeper saved it, but it was offside. Messi could have got 3 or 4 or 5 in this game against Austria, and Austria didn't really do anything. Let me see how many shots on target they had. Don't think a lot of shots. So they had 6 shots and 1 on target. Argentina had 12 shots and 5 on target, and Messi scored 2. So let's get to Messi now. Lionel Messi, the greatest ever footballer. Let's talk about his game. He scored 2, missed the penalty. I think he missed the penalty on purpose because he wanted to score a goal in open play. That's how great he was. The first time I ever seen Messi, and a lot of people don't give him credit, is when Frank Rijkaard put him into that Barcelona squad. The first time I really seen him play was against Del Horna at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. I think that might have been one of his first. That might have been his Champions League debut. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the game I've really seen him. He finished Del Horna. I think he might have been playing right midfield. They were playing. Oh, but what Del Horna did is kicked him off the park during the whole first half, and I think Messi came off in the first half because they kicked him so much. So Frank Rijkaard put him in Barcelona at a time when Ronaldinho was there, but he was partying a lot, and Eto was the main man, and Deco was behind him. So that's the first time I've ever seen Messi play really completely. And I used to be a big Barcelona fan when I was younger, so I've seen a lot of Barcelona. I started following Barcelona probably when R9 went there, and then probably when Luis van Gaal went there with Koku, Frank de Boer, Ronald de Boer, Michael Reisacher, Patrick Kluivert, one of my favorite ever players. Who else did they have? Rivaldo, Puyo was coming in. Yeah, that team. Overmars, I think, played there as well. Yeah. So Messi came into the team in Barcelona, and he's just been breaking records after records. This is not a Ronaldo versus Messi. This is just enjoying football of what it is. So let me just go through his accolades. We're just talking about World Cup here. We're not talking about Barcelona. He's the all-time Barcelona greatest scorer, and we're just talking about FIFA World Cup stats. So he scored the most goals in the World Cup. He played 27 matches and he scored 18 goals. He's got the most minutes of any player to play in the World Cup. He's got the most assists in the World Cup, and he's got the and he's currently the reigning holder of the World Cup. in 2022 Argentina won with Messi. I think he's also got, and if he wins it this year, he's got the most golden boots. He scored all 5 goals that Argentina scored in this World Cup 2026. So he might get there. But I think Mbappe will beat most of these records in the future because I think Mbappe only got 13 goals. He's got 13 goals already or something like that. And so he scored most of his goals. He scored over 1,000 goals in general, Messi. He's got 400 assists, 1,300 plus goal contributions, 1,100 appearances across the board, 50 plus hat tricks, 45 team trophies, and 8 Ballon d'Ors. He's got the most Ballon d'Ors in history of football. That is mad, isn't it? That is insane. Insane stats. I love a bit of stats. On this channel, Beyond the Finish Line will be a stats based and stats driven. So Messi has got all them stats. He must be the greatest. He's the greatest Argentinian player without a doubt. Before they used to say Diego Maradona, but I don't believe so. It is Messi now. Before they used to say the greatest player ever was either Pele. I've never seen Pele play, but I've seen Maradona play in the 1990s, 1990 World Cup in America, and he looked decent. I watched a couple of clips with him on YouTube. He looked good. So people used to say previously, before Ronaldo and Messi, was either Pele or Maradona. I always went for Pele because Pele was, I think he's the youngest player to win the World Cup. I think he was 17 at the time. So I was always being Pele for me, the greatest ever player that ever played football was me for me was Pele. And then personally for me was R9. R9, what I've seen him do on a football pitch is unbelievable. But for the people and for the football in general, Messi is the greatest ever, above Ronaldo, because Messi is naturally the greatest. When you look at it, when you watch him, I've watched him a couple of times in real life. The warm up, he doesn't even do warm up. He just walks around, kicks the ball, do a bit of a kick ups, and then when he plays, you see him walk around the pitch, just walk around the pitch, just scanning. He's like Floyd Mayweather, just downloading data round after round after round. Messi is just like that. He's just walking around, it's not doing anything. The minute his team got the ball near the opposite penalty area, it just flashes. You just see him flash. Something just kicks in him, and it just goes into gears. The first goal today was a typical Messi goal. If you had to close your eyes and imagine a Messi goal, is the winger has got the ball, crosses it in the back, the ball in the box, always a ball across the box, and then Messi's always there just to finish it off. He doesn't even need to boot it really hard. It's just a finesse, and that was the first goal. The second goal was a fluke goal. You would never think Messi would. It's the ugly goal. That's the ugliest goal I've ever seen Messi score. He always scores either he takes a couple of players on and bends it, or a cut back from the winger. The ball cuts back. He's at the edge of the box and he just places the ball. That's the Messi finish. If you had to close your eyes, that's the two finishes you see Messi do. The same as Thierry Henry. He always used to go into the left wing, come inside, and then finesse shot it bottom right on corner. So that is Messi. Where do you think Messi? Where do I think Messi will end up with this World Cup 2026? He'll smash all the records. I'm a Holland fan, as you were. You've seen what happened in the last World Cup between Holland and Argentina. So they're not my favorite teams ever, really. They're a proper Diego Simeone team. Rigged, dirty, and it's to rely on Messi. Watch them today against Australia. No, sorry, Austria. I was bored. I was bored watching it because it's 10 players that are water carriers and Messi. Everything is geared towards Messi. I don't really like that kind of football. And like I said before, Argentina is not my favorite team. It's not my cup of tea. I like total football. And you know what happened in the last World Cup in Qatar? 16 red cards, 16 yellow cards, one red card, and melee. Holland were 2-0 down, came back 2-2 in the dying seconds, and Holland lost on penalties. So yeah, Argentina's not my favourite team, but they might get Uruguay in the next round. And watching Uruguay last night, without Suarez, Uruguay is not a country at all. Diego Nunes came in the last 10 minutes, he did a couple of things, but the Argentina will beat Uruguay. So Argentina will probably go in quarterfinals, semi-finals. I don't think they will get to the finals at all. They don't have enough. They don't have enough to win. They don't have a Mascherano, and they don't have enough. Their defense is weak. Any good team will pass them and Romero and another centre back. They've not had any good centre backs really since the last World Cup. The two centre backs that are playing for Argentina at the moment, they're from the World Cup 2022. So their defense is weak. So they'll go out. Any team that is good in defense and a counter-attacking team will beat Argentina. So that is it. That is the video for Messi FC against Austria. This is the first video I've done. So make sure you like, hype, and subscribe. You'll get a video from me every single day of the World Cup. Come and follow my journey. This is Beyond the Finish Line. There's another one. Let's go.